afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are Team Fudan, and today we're going to answer one question. That is for trendy travel, where to go. So this is Jacob, this is John, this is Gloria, and this is Carl. And basically, today, our presentation is divided into 4 parts. First, we'll introduce the background information of this case. And second, we'll take a look at the challenges faced by trendy travel. And third, we will suggest some responses to those challenges. And finally, we'll have an implementation plan. So now let's welcome John to give us a background information.
As saying goes, medicine today is poison tomorrow. In 2003, the SARS dramatically affected Hong Kong tourism industry. Within 1 month, it's dropped more than 60%. So, both the travel agency and Chinese government they think about 2 plans to rescue the industry, which is the medicine. And the first one is a zero-fee tour by the travel agency. A zero-fee tour means they provide a below-cost trips for the mainland travelers, and they bring them to Hong Kong and they let them shopping and they earn money by commission fee from the shoppers. So they don't directly earn money from the tourists. They earn money from the shoppers. But the problem is the compliance rates increased dramatically. So IVS, Individual Visit Scheme, provided by Chinese government. So it's another rescue plan. So they lower the threshold for mainland China to go to Hong Kong for shopping. And it's very attractive for repeated customer because they know Hong Kong, they know how to deal with themselves within Hong Kong, so it's more attractive. So of course, we can see that by these 2 plans, the visitors' arrival to Hong Kong increased dramatically after the June. So actually, it's very successful as medicine for the tourism. But actually, nowadays it's become poison for the regular agency like Tendi agency. And in short term, let's have a look. In short term, this zero-fee tour, they grab a lot of market share from the regular agency, just like Tendi agency, and because they provide lower price. The previous price around 8,000 RMB, but nowadays the customers only need to provide at like 800 or 1,000 RMB, so it's really attractive. And another one is Chinese customer from mainland China. Most of them are price sensitive. So if they can get a lower price, especially when they think they can take advantage of this one, they will definitely do that. And another one, Hong Kong is different from Hawaii. For example, people go to Hawaii for a holiday, but actually people come Hong Kong for shopping. So if the travel agency combine the travel and the shopping together, so it's a perfect solution for Hong Kong. That's why lots of customers buy this plan. Actually, in 2008, there are around 90 travel agencies. They will leverage their income by the travelers and the shoppers. That means they will bring them to the special shops and get commission fee from these shops. But actually, this kind of zero-fee tour is not sustainable in the long term. Well, this is show the relationship between travelers, tourist agency, and the guides. Travelers will pay money to the shop, and the shop will pay commission fee to the guide, and also they will pay commission fee to the travel agency. Actually, around 50% or more than 50% money will pay for the tourist agency, and around 10% they will pay for the guide. So this is a kind of gambling because the mainland China travel agency, they will introduce a customer for the Hong Kong travel agency, but they won't give any promise about the quality of the customers. Sometimes they will even introduce farmers from China to go to Hong Kong for shopping, but definitely they have almost no purchasing power. So for the Hong Kong travel agency, it's like a gambling. They cannot make sure whether the customer can make them money or not. And so in the long term, the Chinese customer, they will realize this is a sinkhole. They won't really get a bad offer from the shop. So they will make rational choices. That means in the long term, this kind of zero fee tool won't grab the market share from the regular travel agency. But actually, that doesn't mean they won't affect in the long term. In the long term, this kind of this kind of tool will affect the reputation of the Hong Kong travel agency, because the people think, wow, they didn't provide them good high quality tool. They are complaining about that, and because of internet and mouth to mouth, Chinese people will know that. So they may want to choose IVS, so they will go to Hong Kong individually rather than choose the travel agency. And another one is just like I said, the IVS. So the package tour are shrinking. The whole market of the package tour are shrinking. Before the 2003, and just before the SARS, there's no IVS. So if people want to go to Hong Kong for shopping, they must get a business visa, or they must to apply for a package tour. But in 2010, 90% visitors, they use IVS to go to Hong Kong, and in 10% they use the package tours. So I'm sure that in the future, nowadays there are 49 cities they can apply for this kind of visa, and there will be more cities will be included in the future. So nowadays this tool rescue plan has become poison to Tennessee agency. Now let's welcome my teammate to show how well Tennessee to solve this problem. Okay, thanks.
Well, now we have identified the two major market changes of the Hong Kong tourist industry, and we have also identified both the short-term effect and the long-term effect of the potential risks and failures of the Tennessee tourist company. And so what should we do now to help Tennessee to win both in the short term and in the long-term battle in the Hong Kong tourist industry? So we have designed a three-step strategy. In the first strategy, we suggest that Tennessee should go back to identify both their customers' preference of the Hong Kong tours and to identify the Tennessee itself's key competitive advantages when compared with like zero-fee tour and other competitors. And after we have identified these problems, we can create a specific strategy, integrate both the advantages of Tennessee and the customer preference to design a customized strategy. And also in the third step, we were talking about the implementation and as well as the risk control of our strategy. So let's first look at the identification of both the customer and the key competitiveness of the Tennessee. For the customer side, we divide the customer, we segment the customer by their preference. We believe that there are two kinds of customers. In the first category is the first-time tourist, and also we will have repeat tourists. And for the first-time tourists, what their main goal, what they really demand is a mix of sightseeing and shopping. So they value the tour guide's quality very much, because what they want from the tour guides is not only to lead them from one place to another. They want the tour guides to tell them what is the history of the one sightseeing place, and where is most famous restaurant or the good hotel. And also they care about the time management. They want to use a 3 days or 4 days time to have a overall sightseeing of the Hong Kong sightseeing. And also they want to diversify tourist experience. They want both in the shopping side and in the sightseeing side. And also for the repeat tourists, what their main goal to come to Hong Kong is to do some shopping. They want to get some very cheap, but the quality of the product should be good. So what they value most is the shopping information, where doing some discount products. We're doing some promotion, and also they care about the quality of the products. They want to go to somewhere and buy a very cheap products, but have, at the same time have a good quality. And also they care about the convenience of their shopping experience. And the second place, we will identify the key competitiveness of the Trendy. And as you can see, for the sightseeing side, the Trendy cares like the Trends do a lot of things to like improve their guide's quality. They initiate their guide to do some more good services so that they can get more money, and also they have like diversified sightseeing places for the customer's choice. And also for the shopping part, the key competitiveness of the trends is that they both have a transparency shopping experience, which means compared with the zero-fee tours, they do not have under table deals with the shoppers. So the shopping they offer to their customer is very transparent, and also they care about the qualities of their the products the customer are buying. So overall, we can notice that the Trendy company cares a lot of the service they can offering to their customers. And next, we are going to the second part to see how can we create a new, very specific strategy for the different customers.
So we have already identified two segmentations, that is the first-time traveler and the repeated traveler. Actually, basically, our suggestion to the corporate strategy would be, first, offer two alternative choices to first-time traveler. The first choice is 80% sightseeing plus 20% shopping, for those of customers who mainly want to tour around the city. And the second alternative is to offer 50% sightseeing and 50% shopping. But of course, we will gather feedback from customers to set up the best proportion that fits their demand. And second, for the repeated traveler, we would have 80% shopping plus 20% free time, so they can use the free time to do what they want. So this is basically our corporate strategy, and later on I will tell why this works to deal with the different challenges that we are facing. So if we divide the customers by first-time customers and repeated customers, and divide them by high income and low income, we will have a matrix here. So you can see that the zero-free tour would affect the first-time low-income customers, and the IVS would affect the repeated customers. So later on, I will tell why our strategy could deal with these kind of challenges. So first, with the low-income first-time traveler. Actually, as we know that a large proportion of those free tour takers, actually, they are really low quality customers. So how do we define low quality? That is, they have very low purchasing power, and they go to Hong Kong mainly because this is a free tour. Like John has mentioned, that even some of the farmers go to Hong Kong because they will never have the chance to go to Hong Kong for the rest of their life. So what we care about are not those low quality customers. We care about those who not only care about prices, but also services. So how to target these customers? First, we are going to educate them about the truths of zero-fee tour. And second, we will advertise and start a marketing campaign to let them know that we are offering a service that charges a little bit higher than the zero-fee tour, but offering much better services. And third, we would like to set up a website for them to have easy access and have a very user-friendly system. And fourth, we would like to spread our reputation through word of mouth, because we believe for low-income customers, word of mouth is the most effective way to spread our reputation. And for the repeated customers, we think that we can retain them or deal with the challenges mainly because, first, we are offering economy of scale, both in airfare, hotel stay, lunch and dinner, and transportation. And second, we are actually an information center for them. We'll offer shopping mall features, discount information, and also special events that will happen maybe once or twice a year in Hong Kong. And the most important thing is that we offer highly customized service, that the system, our system, will record the preference of the repeated travelers, whether you travel with us before or whether you travel with other agencies before. So we will give you a form to sign in and tell us your preference. Then we can group the customers with the same preference. For example, if I come to Hong Kong to buy a watch, I already have a Rolex on my hand, and I would like to buy Omega. So if I go with other customers who are also going to Hong Kong to buy a watch, and we can share the experiences of using different brands. So I think this is really precious because this is kind of real feedback from customers, but not like those from the websites. So all in all, we think that our strategy could help the transient travelers to deal with the challenges that they are facing. So now let's welcome Gloria to give us the implementation plan.
So let's move to some important aspects towards Trendy's operation. The first is that our colleague has already mentioned that the tour design, we should build a design research and analysis team to research the feedback data, and we should not to fear to fail, but we should try the trial and error on new product to make the perfect product. And also we could apply successful experience on our new product, and based on the learning curve, we can gain the efficiency and effectiveness of our tour design. And second, as to our operation and cost control, as we can see that there's a conflict between DA and RA, that is the China Mainland Tourist Agency and the Hong Kong Agency. They divide the same revenue. So to tackle this problem and control costs, we should align with the China Mainland Local Agency. And also to cost control, we should build good relationship with flight agency and some other transportation agency. And as we grow larger and we gain the bargaining power with the scale, economic and scale, we can get cheaper hotels. And also as the internal control and the risk control. We know that as to the travel agency, reputation is our life. So some guides may ruin our reputation. So what should we do? At Trendy already do this guide selection process. We should continue it. And also we should give some proper incentive towards those guides. We should bonus them based on their feedback. And also we should do some hard punishment on those who do not obey this rule. And also, as to the marketing side, what we should emphasize is that to gain trust is the key. We must do this information transparency towards our customer, and to let them know that we have provide fair value service. And also, we should do some proper online campaign, as my colleague had mentioned. And what the most important message we should deliver to our customer is that you are not only my customers, but you are my friends, and we should build some relationship with you. And based on our customer relationship system here, we could gather the personal preference and keep touch with them via email, telephone, and text message if it's not disturbing. And also, if they give us some feedback and we improve our sales process based on their suggest, we should let them know, and the customer will like us more. And also, with this huge CRS, we can build some new business line to look at some more lucrative market like the Europe, Australia, and American market. And to control the risk, we should start with our familiar customer, and we should do the investigation first. And after these important aspects to Trendy, we should develop our implementation plan. And as we know that these 4 parts, the tour design, operation and cost control, internal control, risk control, and this plan, we should start right now and do it all through our lifetime of the company. And as to the marketing side, as we already have built mature design and we already have our this control ready for us, we should make heavy effort on marketing and let them know our efforts. And also, and from then on, maybe 10 years later, when our company grew from a middle size to a large size, well, we can do some business development maybe from 2018. And from these all aspects, we can gain the sustainable profit. And good job, Trendy. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you, students. I'd like to give the floor to the judges who are here to ask some questions. Anyone?
May I start
Yeah,
first? Sure. Thank you for the presentation. It's very interesting. And I have one question to ask first, which maybe I wasn't concentrating enough. Is have you ruled out zero fee too at all? You have ruled them out. We don't see any value in zero fee tours.
No, we don't think so. As we have mentioned in the first place, we think that the zero fee tourists can attract more mainland customers in the first time, but that's a short-term effect. In the long run, as we have already discussed, like more than 70% of customers, when they return to mainland China, they don't think that they get like a good services. So they have a bad brand images of the tour, like a zero fee tour. So in the short term, they maybe can gain advantages, but in the long term, we don't think they can survive.
May I add a few things about it? Because in Hong Kong, they get a commission fee more than 50%. So actually, they overdo this kind of model. This is a good model. In mainland China, the commission fee is around 30%, and it's relatively actually, it's much more sustainable than Hong Kong one. I don't know whether that one is sustainable in the long term or not, but actually that one is much more sustainable than Hong Kong one. So I think the problem of the Hong Kong's zero fee tour is that they overdo it.
So for your model for Trendy, would you, I couldn't quite understand as well whether or not you were saying that Trendy should do zero fee tours or should simply put them to one side.
They should not do this.
They shouldn't do them.
Yeah, they should do this. Because Trendy wants the sustainable profit, but this mode cannot provide it with it.
Any other questions?
And the package that you are going to offer, are you just focusing on the high end or all the mass customers, or how are you going to position yourself? I mean, you are not doing zero fee now.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is your position? How are you going to position yourself in vis-a-vis the competitors?
Yeah, thank you. So actually, we are offering a very customized service. You can see that from the matrix before, we divide customer by first time and repeated customer, and for low income and high income. And we are offering different packages to different customers. So we think that for a travel agency, it's okay to target a lot of segments, because the design cost of your strategy or of your program is actually not that big, but the market is really huge. So we have, as I mentioned before, we have for the first-time customer, we have two programs that 80% sightseeing plus 20% shopping, and 50-50 between shopping and sightseeing. And for the repeated customer, we have 80% shopping plus 20% free time. And based on the low income and high income, we can offer different packages. For example, the hotel stay, the air travel, the transportation, and the lunch and dinner. So for the low income, maybe we can offer some low-end hotel. And for high-income customers, maybe we can book some high-end hotels. So this is really customized.
So your profitability on the low end will be, I assume, very small.
Yeah.
But the amount may be large.
Yes. And
large
also,
amount plus small profit margin may be a large profit.
And also we believe if we want to succeed in the future, we have to build up the reputation, especially in the tourism industry, because later on people will get more information on the internet. They can totally go to a new place themselves. But what we can offer, what we can guarantee in the long run, is to set up the reputation. So we still want to catch the low-end customers. We do not want to forget them.
Why do you think the design cost will be low? You are packaging different sets of packages actually. You have to line up with alliance with low-cost hotels, low-cost restaurants, and all these things. At the same time, you have to line up with the high-end merchants, basically. So how are you going to manage that?
Yeah, because basically the tourist industry is like a service industry. So there's not like a lot of fixed cost, the fixed infrastructures, and so even though if you want to line up both the high-end hotels, restaurant, and the low-end hotel and restaurants, what I'm going to do is just make some more costs, make some of your people, send out some of your guys to negotiate with this kind of hotels. So the add up cost for adding new products or new services, new programs is not that high compared with the fixed industry.
And based on that, Trendy is already a middle-sized successful agency that we believe that they have the sufficient human resources and financial resources to do both of these things.
Any more questions? Yeah, go ahead.
One more question.
Sure.
Have you thought about, are you using the same brand, Trendy, for different customers?
Okay, so that is a very good question because maybe we missed something in the presentation, but we think that it depends. It depends on the customer feedback. But for example, if we are targeting the high-end customers or the low-end customers, maybe if the customer have negative feedback on using the same brand, maybe we can create a sub-brand to set up different brand images. But what we believe that we as a whole group would like to set up the reputation. Just as I mentioned, in the long run, we have to win our customers through reputation. So even if we set up a sub-brand, so they has to be associated with Trendy. So to show them that we are a group and this whole group focus on the services.
Still more time for questions if you have any.
mentioned about you're going to educate the customers through about the truth of zero fee tour, right? You're not scared about your competitors attacking you at the back or whatever, because you're attacking them now.
Attacking me at the back. Okay, so I think that if we are really offering great services, there's nothing for them to attack. If there is something to attack, that means we have some disadvantage. So we would like to see them attack because we can improve ourselves, right? So through this attacking services, maybe we can see the real us from the feedback of both competitors and customers.
So what you're saying is you're actually not trying to be competitive with these, because the whole analysis was about the race to the bottom with these sort of low-end tourist agencies. You're not trying to compete with them at all. You're going to spend more money, put in more time, develop your brand. Is that right?
Yes, it is. We are not going to compete with the zero-fee tourists in their way. We are going to compete with them in our way, which is we will build our brand by offering some specific customized services to different customers to meet their demand. And when we build the reputation, we believe that customers are willing to join us rather than the zero-fee tourists.
But as you begin this business, how will you bring in the low end, the farmers, the ones that don't have very much spending power, that only want to spend a tiny amount, and they will.
In our opinion, we don't target this customer because they are not qualified customer that can bring sustainable profit to us. So as to target everything is to target nothing. So we must eliminate something from our customer to target.
So you're going for more sort of
so
well-educated.
as the farmers going to Hong Kong and shopping, we don't think that's a good idea.
No more questions? I'd like to conclude this session, the presentation and the Q&A. I'd like to thank you, students and the judges,